Hi guys, how are you? Hello. Adrian is here. Super happy to have you here. Yeah. Hey. Hi guys. Is everything okay with you? New week, new beginnings, new opportunities, right? No problem. I hope everyone is good. So market hasn't been doing so much since yesterday, obviously. We've just been going sideways and we're still below 49,500. And we just might see, well, what's gonna happen. I'm still gonna look at this level, but the more we are retesting the level, the higher probability is that we will break it. And just looking at the the higher time frames, we can also see that we start to have high highs and higher lows right here. So we have to see how the market is going to behave around 49,700. In case we are breaking it, we can come up to the trend line. So either we could respect the trend line and retest it and then continue back down, or we can come inside one more time. Morning sunshine, need to break 50k resistance. Hello. Yeah, exactly. So let's see, I'm gonna take this one away because this was from yesterday, and we're gonna take, yeah. So sometimes when I'm trying to find my, I typed custom Polonese with extra people. So sometimes when I'm trying to find my entries, I'm actually calculating from a previous fake out that we're having, and that is why I'm having these lines right here. I can't show you that another time, but in case we would see market coming up to 52,880, this is a strong key level that we're having on Bitcoin. It's the same thing with 46,500. So the lines that I'm having right here, so I'm taking away some of the lines because I do not need them. But these are actually where I calculated where the next lower high would be. And I calculated from 65,600 because that was not a fake out, but kind of a fake out. I don't know exactly how to explain it. Maverick, how are you? I'm happy to have you here. So guys, just comment what pairs you want me to look at, and I will just write everything down that I'm analyzing, and at the end I am gonna put that on the description that I'm having on this live stream. Yeah, so if you want to go back, you can see that I'm having everything in order and what pair I was looking at. Yeah, but on Bitcoin, we're still below 49,500 or 700. So either we're coming up and retesting this level again, and then we're continuing back down. I'm still okay. So so yesterday we just did have a doji looking like this. So it's a very small candle, and but we did close below 49,500, going back in time. That is a previous support that we did have. So either we will hold this as a resistance, continue back down, or we can break it and coming back up to the trend line, and also 42,880. Didn't I see you in Baywatch? Yes, you did, Mark. If you missed it, my name is not Natalie, it's Pamela. Okay, so on Ethereum, okay, I'm just gonna write down BTC, a quick update on BTC, Ethereum. Okay, so let's see. Okay, but everyone can hear me, everyone can see me. The music is not too loud, it's not too quiet. But I guess you want to hear me more than the music. If not, well, I'm sorry. Okay, on Ethereum, we are still below this trend line, as you can see. And as long as we're below this trend line, we could possibly still go down. But I'm still having the Fibonacci since yesterday, and we did respect the 50% at 4,230. We did respect it, it went down, but we also came back down to this previous support that we're having around 3,900, around 4,000, and we kind of did respect that pretty good. We tried to break it, never had the power to do that. Going to the lower time frames, you could see the fake out. You saw the fake out, you saw the retest, market continues to the upside. And this is also an inverted head and shoulders that we can see. So this is a perfect pattern for us to use if you want to take advantage of trading on the fake outs. So when you're having a support, for this example, a previous support, market tried to break it, came back in, you retested it as a new support, market goes back up. But right now, we obviously need to see how the market is going to behave around this trend line for the 4,324. Hey, Juan, how are you? So just might come back up, but we can also retest. Yeah, so that is the 61% level for the 4,324. And then we will break this trend line and retest it, continue to the upside, or we can come back down. Market just creating another lower high, because you could see lower high, we just might create another lower high. Looking at the daily, we also did have 2 days in a row, we had these 2 weeks, so obviously we did have this huge momentum to the downside yesterday when everyone had a heart attack. I hope everyone is feeling better now, but yeah, that is that's trading. Sometimes it hurts like hell, to be honest, but well, we can only be stronger, right? But on Ethereum, it's Monday, market can come up to this trend line, might just continue back down. I'm analyzing Ethereum. What do you think I'm analyzing? Okay, so we're gonna look at sand. Sandstorm? But what? Oh, crypto. Sand, USDT. He's still... He's more confused than I am. Okay, so we're looking at sand, and the first thing that I'm gonna start off with is looking at what direction are we in. Well, we can see right here that we are in a downtrend, because we are having lower lows and lower highs, as you can see. We came back down to a, let's see, going back in time, we don't have. So we came back down and retested this low that we did have from yesterday. And from this level, okay, let's see. I'm gonna have, in case we are continuing back down, I want to look at 4.01, because that is a previous support that we did have, and we did have a fake out from this level before, and this was actually where the market did retest. Hello, Joseph, how are you? And so guys, as long as we're below this trend line, we are still in a downtrend. So what potentially could happen, going to the higher time frames, as you know, I'm always looking at candlestick. We're having on the weekly, so last week we did have a huge bearish candlestick. We're still below the trend line, Going down to the lower time frames, this could potentially be a pullback up to 5.6 on the 61% and 5.5. That we could also retest the trend line one more time, and then you just might see market continuing back down. My first target is 4.7. It's 4.1, and this previous support at 4.04. So even if we're breaking the Fibonacci, trend lines is super important to have on the charts, because the market usually is not having the power to break it. You can see a fake out, then you see the market actually retesting it from below, and then you see market continuing back down. But if we're breaking the trend line and you see a super good clear retest, the market could definitely start to break into the upside. So have in mind with that. But I'm looking at short opportunities right now because everything is telling us that we are in a downtrend. So that is why. Let's see. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Natalie. Hey, everyone. Hello. Hello, Nat. Would you mind doing XRP? Yes, of course. XRP. With pleasure. Glenn, hello, Natalie. Hope you're well. Technical question. Is general market more likely to respect slooping resistance or horizontal support? Do you know slooping resistance? I've never heard about that. Maybe it's just because my first language isn't. Oh, it's just sloop resistance. Just a regular trend line, you mean? Because if you're having a trend line, the trend line is more respected than horizontal support and resistance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so a trend line, whether it's a support trend line or a resistance trend line, is always more respected than regular horizontal support and resistance. And it's actually 90% more respected than a regular support and resistance. So yeah. So that is what, and of course it depends on what time frame you're having it on. If you're having a trend line on a 15 minutes, I mean, the higher time frames, obviously the more respected. But trend lines they're super important. Okay, let's see. XRP. We're gonna look at XRP, guys. I hope everyone is good. It's Monday, and I just hope everyone is good, whether it's Monday or not. Okay, so I've been looking at XRP for a while. It's one of the pairs that I'm kind of always looking at. And okay, I'm gonna take that one away, and you can see right here we're having the trend line. Market came back down and retested the previous support also, but we came up, and we're also respecting, I don't know why I'm having this line right here. I forget why sometimes I'm having certain levels, but I do believe it's because we're having this previous, maybe it was the low of a week or a month. It's the high of a previous month right here on November 2020. It must have been. Yeah, so it's a long time ago. And we are right now having 1, 2, 3 wicks to the against this level. So why we are respecting this level so much is because this is a monthly high that we're having, that we are respecting from November 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is why we are at this line right here, right now. So what potentially can happen from this is also, as you can see, we did respect the trend line very, very, very good. And just let me see. Sorry guys if I'm just going back and forth. I'm just gonna adjust. Yeah, so we're having the market, if we see the market coming up, being bullish, I would look at because this is the same thing. We're having huge bearish candlesticks, bearish candlesticks. So for myself, I'm still looking at the market coming back down a little bit more. Obviously the market can come up to this previous support and starts breaking to the upside. It could definitely do that, but if we see the market coming up to the Fibonacci, also this previous support at 0.9 or 0.89, 0.86. We did come up and retest the 50% one time, market came back down, but the market had trouble breaking this previous monthly high that we did have. So market could definitely come back up. We just might see the market just consolidate. You just might come back down to the trend line again after this huge drop that we did have since yesterday. So right now it's not hard, but I know a lot of people are looking for the market to go up right now, and it could definitely do that. But until we actually see the market breaking this previous lower high that we did have around 1.0020, until then the market is still going down. You could potentially see market breaking to the upside, and then you're having the trend line as you can see, and after that the market either breaking the trend line continuation to the upside, or we can come back down again. The short-term target is definitely for myself that I'm looking at this previous lower high that we're having. This is the previous lower high, lower low, I'm sorry. Market creates market structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Market can come up, retest the previous lower low, create another lower high, market goes back down. If this is happening, the targets that I'm having is obviously the trend line as you have to look at, but you can also, I could also look at 0.69, 0.57. So that's something that I would definitely look for. I wouldn't do anything until then because the market could be very choppy right now, you know, after a huge momentum. So what I can recommend you to do, if you don't have the patience, or if you're just sitting and looking at the chart, sometimes that can confuse you. So if you're just taking in horizontal line to where you want the market to come to, you're just taking this alert on TradingView, and then when the market, if the market comes to this level, you push crossing up. So when the market, if the market comes here, you'll have a notification from TradingView telling you, hey, it's time for you to look at XRP, because right now we are at the level where you want the market to come to. So if we see the market breaking this level with huge momentum to the upside, obviously the market will not respect this level. But if you start to see the market slowing down, having trouble to break it, that's a sign that this could actually be a respected level. Hope you understood that, guys. We're looking at Cadena too. Who teach you analyze damped? What do you mean? What do you mean with that? Hosem? Cadena. Hi Crypto Chick, how are you? I was actually looking at the so I have 91% males looking at my charts, And then I have, yeah, the rest of it is females. So it's not so many females looking at it. So I'm happy you're here, Crypto Chick. But I appreciate everyone, every single one of you, as long as we are polite to each other. Okay, so we're looking at Cadena. And okay, so I know we were looking at this pair before, since before. Okay, so I want to see how the okay, so I'm having the close of the last week, the wick that we did have. Okay, so we're going to the lower time frames. Just let me think a little bit, guys. Well, I hope you like my well, I hope you liked more than just the corner. Okay, so the market has been, let's see, okay, so I'm having the close of last week low, the last week low, and I'm also having this previous support that we did break. So these two levels are very important. It's 15.9 and it is 9.35. If we right now, this is the same thing. So the market is just going back down, right? So what I'm looking for first of all is to see how the market will behave around 12.3 and 11.7. We already came up to the 50% and respected it, but we could definitely continue back up. Going back in time, you can also see that this was a previous support that we can just come up and retest. Then you see market break into the downside. Because just looking at this is a falling knife, and I hope every one of you right now know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. So when the market is just falling back down like this, as a trader, I do not go in for long positions at all. You can trade the small pullbacks, but sometimes you have no clue how long the pullback's gonna be. I also learned the hard way. I used to trade the pullbacks before, but I mean, sometimes it was good, sometimes not. So we did respect the 50%. We could come back up and retest this level. If you're having another retest of the 50%, then you see the market doesn't have the power to break it. And most of the time, I want to see the second leg closing below the first leg. And then that for me is an entry to go to short the market. Potential targets is obviously the previous week low at 9.3. I could also have it at 7.5. But going back in time, on the 4-hour chart, you can also see that this was a previous support. So if we are seeing the market coming back down and retest, and you definitely see the market's not having the power to break the support, that could be the market breaking to the upside again. I don't have a trend line. I have it like this. And I'm gonna adjust it on the 4-hour chart. So I'm gonna have it like this. I will never have a trend line looking like this. I will never have that. Never in my whole life. So I'm gonna use this trend line, and as long as we're below this trend line, we are still going back down. You could see market coming up and retest it, and then you just might have the market slowly starting to consolidate until the market either breaks it or respects it and continues back down. We're gonna look at Solana. And guys, if you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and do that while I'm looking at your coins. It would be super good. Okay, we're looking at Solana, and we was looking at this pair since yesterday. Wow, I don't remember why I had that line. Yeah, because that was the previous support that we did have. Market faked us out, and we came back and right now, and we did have a super nice retest of this level, and market continues back up. We came back down, and we did retest this this weekly I guess it's the weekly trend line or Fibonacci, but having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're having only bearish candlesticks, but we're having so many wicks to the downside also. I'm having the trend line. We're still below it. We could possibly come up and retest it, obviously. Oh, something like that would be nice. We're also having this huge support that we've been like a million times before, and this is actually where we came back down. So every time we came back down to this level, you can see that the market always bounced to the upside again. So from this level, you could definitely see market breaking to the upside one more time, because we also did retest. You almost had the retest of the 61%. You had the market 3 times or 4 times. The market did respect the 50%. Going to the lower time frames, this is a typical breakout retest or fake out retest. So you have the fake out, you have the retest, market could now continue back down, and that is also giving us what? It's giving us the inverted head and shoulders, and that is a bullish reversal patterns from a support and resistance zone. So that is telling us the market could potentially continue to the upside. So as long as we're above, we could definitely come back down and retest. Let's see how it looks on the lower time frames. If you see the market coming back down to 188 or around this previous support, as you can see. So it's not always just like one level. It's like between maybe 186 and 188. As you can see, the market trying to retest. As long as we're not breaking that level and you see the retest from below, market can continue to the upside. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Hasta la casta. Yes. Oh, let's see. VET? Yeah, we're gonna look at VET. Your TA is so good, thank you. No problems, James Lee. I'm happy you like it. Okay, so we're looking at VeChain. I do have this trend line, as you can see on the daily chart, and I have adjusted it on the 4-hour chart since before, that I remember. And right now we are coming up and retesting the trend line. We did have the break, we do have the retest. So from this level, Either we will continue back down or we can continue back up. You're also on the 1 hour chart had you had the fake out. So this is a small inverted head and shoulders. If we're going down to the lower time frames, as you can see, looking like this. So head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders always comes up when you're having the fake outs. So for example, when you're having the inverted head and shoulders, you're buying at the left shoulder, and you're selling on the left shoulder when you're having the fake out to the upside. So that's something that's pretty good. But if you see the market coming inside the trend line one more time, that is the same thing. You will have the inverted head and shoulders. So this trend line is super important right now, because if we are coming inside of it again, this was only a fake out from the trend line. So that is why the fake out is super good using, because they are telling you so much. So I would just look right now and see how this 4 hour candle will become inside. And if this 4 hour candle will close inside the trend line, I would go into the lower time frames and look for the retest, then market breaks to the upside again. Super important. Can you see what I see? And this happens all the time. It happens all the time. Learning so much here, class in session, prove not enough. Thank you so much. Where you learn, analyze, who taught you? Well, I've been sitting at the charts for 5 billion years, it feels like. Hi, may I ask ECP? Yeah, of course. We're gonna look at ECP. So the thing is that you learn through some people. I've had 3 people through my journey that I've been taking notes from, but otherwise than that, I've just been looking at the charts. That is the only, I've only been analyzing. And when I've been analyzing the market together with you on the live streams and the regular videos that I'm always having, I've learned so much from that. And it was actually with you guys that I understood about the fake outs, because I didn't see, because everything is patterns, and when you're starting to understand how pattern is working, that is when you start to see the charts in a whole different way. So for example, the fake outs is like the best thing ever. So for example, you're having a support right here, you saw the fake out, you saw the retest of the support, market breaks to the upside. Okay, so we're gonna look at ECP. Oh, Pamela is here, I'm super happy about that. ECP, let's see what can happen. I don't have, okay, so we're having previous support and resistance zone right here. So we're having a previous support at 28.17. Crazy Swedish. And if we will hold this 27, around 27 and 28, if we will hold this as a support, you could see market slowly break into the upside. So we're just gonna do this. So we're having a support right here. I know I'm not including this level right at these, because this is where I'm looking at the retest. So this could be the market faking us out. You see the market breaks in, you see the retest, continuation to the upside. And that is exactly what's happening right now. You could already see the retest. The market now starts to continue to the upside. learn me. Yeah. And this is the same thing, even if we are not, it's not always gonna look good, but you can see you're having a inverted head and shoulders right here. Going to the lower time frames, it looks more clear. So I would definitely look at this level and could see potentially market breaking, continuing up from this level. But if we are not holding this as a support, you see the retest, market could continue back down. But going back in time, you can see that every time we came to this level, the market bounced to the upside, and that is something that could definitely happen again. And this is also an important thing. When you see, if you see the market coming to the trend line, you just might see the bounce again to the support until we actually breaking it. Check rows. Oh, Lauren is here. Hi, Lauren. How are you? Lauren and Mark always fighting with each other. That's nice. And guys, if you're new to this channel, we're having on Bybit right now a bonus up to $600. And if you're a swing trader, Bybit is a super good platform for you to use that, because we is having very, very low fees for holding your positions for a longer time. So on Bybit through me, you're having the link in the description down below. You can get up to $600 in bonus. And the good thing about Bybit is that you can not only have the $600 in bonus through me, they also give out different types of bonuses themselves. So for example, if you're depositing a certain amount of money to your account, you can get $50. So you can definitely have more and more and more bonuses, more than what I got right now. But through me on Bitcoinsensus.com, you can get up to $600. Super good. And if we haven't heard about Casta is gonna launch in the beginning of next year, and it's just what it says right here. Send crypto is Bitcoin and Ethereum for free, and you can enter your email right here and join me and all of the other people to wait to see the launch of this. I'm super excited. I'm super happy about the guys who is behind it. They're super, super good at what they're doing. I guess you already heard about Casta, because Casta is the most searched cryptocurrency right now. It's crazy, and they haven't even launched yet. Hasta la casa, babe. Oh, Ralph! Ralph is here! Super happy. Hi, Tommy, how are you? Okay, what else do you want me to look at? Oh, Rose, sorry, I forgot about it when I was starting to talk about other things. Okay, so let's see. And if you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and do that while I'm looking at your pairs. I hope if your Ralph is still here, you have to like this live stream. You have to. If you don't know, Ralph is a super good friend of mine. He's actually one of my best friends through trading, and he was in the when I started trading, he was actually one of the first people I knew. He's from Miami. He's actually an educator from another company. He's super good at what he's doing, so I hope he's still here. I liked it, don't worry. Yeah, super happy about you being here. Okay, so we're looking at rows and we're starting up with the weekly. It's the same thing. So you had huge momentum to the downside. And looking at this previous support right here at 0.17. You're also having a previous support or resistance at 0.23. And if we're gonna hold this as a support, because obviously we did create a lower high, market comes back down, and we did create a lower low. So if the market right now is coming up and retesting this previous lower low right here, that could potentially be the market creating another lower high coming back up. So don't get fooled just because you see the market is breaking to the upside, because the market could definitely just retest a previous support to create another resistance, and then market goes back down. This is why it's super important, guys, that you understand how market is moving, because yeah, usually the market is not just having a huge bearish candlestick, bullish candlestick looking like this after you having this huge momentum. And even if you have that could be a fake out, then market continues back down again. Ralph still here, so not a million. Ralph, he's just supporting his Swedish friend. Yeah, so we can also take a Fibonacci from the highest point to the lowest point, and I'm gonna take it from the 4-hour chart instead. As you can see, you're having the 61% where I'm having the previous where I'm having the support. So if you see market coming up to 0.3 or 0.28, the market could definitely start to continue back down. So that is the first target that I'm looking at. If you see the market having huge momentum to the upside, it's not going to respect this level, and at that point I'm not even going into a short position at all. Very important, guys. So just because I'm having the targets, if the market is not respecting the targets, they're not respecting the targets. Okay, let's see. Show respect or I'm super happy. I'm having so good moods right here. Okay, THG. What's THG? Okay, Shiba. So the yeah, it was nothing. Okay, so we're looking at Shiba Inu going directly to the weekly. I'm just gonna take everything away. I'm having this previous low from last week at 0.2590 going to the daily. We're also having a previous lower low right here, and you could see the retest that we did have yesterday. We did have a small wick going to the lower time frames. If you see the market coming up to 3774 and you see the market starting to have trouble breaking it, you see, for example, here 2 candlestick not having power to break it, that is a reversal pattern. Also, you're having a huge engulfing candle after that. If you see the same thing happening again, that could take us back down to last week's low at 25.95. And that could also be the market filling the wick. And after that, the market could just trying to break to the upside again from this level. Just following market structure. That is, that's how it goes. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, or the opposite. But if you see the market coming inside and break it, have it as a support, that is the market already breaking to the upside. Doesn't have to come back down, but I only showing you the targets on how the market could react to it, and after that what I would do. So remember guys, I'm no financial advisor. Whatever I do and say is only based on my own experience. So we're all adults in here, so we need to take the responsibility to what we are doing with our own accounts. I hope you learned this by now, because I remember it was one guy coming in because he did listen to someone, to other people, and he lost a lot of trades, and it's hard, but it's always your own responsibility. Yeah, thank you so much, Joseph, Mark. Is Davor here too? Nice, only Joseph and Mark. Thank you so much for all the help you're giving me. Okay, so we're gonna look at LTC. USDT. You're doing such a great job. And I'm gonna have another trend line right here, because remember guys, trend lines are 90% more respected than horizontal support and resistance zones. And if you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so we're having the trend line, we did respect it. We could potentially come back down to it one more time just to see the retest. After a market having huge momentum like this that we've been having, as always, the market will not just break to the upside again. You will slowly see the market doing high highs and high lows. And if you see the market doing that and coming up to 189, the market could definitely start to break to the downside again. I'm gonna take a Fibonacci, as always, from the highest point from 209. And I'm gonna take the from the lowest point, I'm gonna take from these wicks right here at 147. And if we now see the market breaking to the upside and we are respecting either 185 or 190, that could be the market creating a lower high, then market could come back down. The targets that I'm having is obviously looking at this previous trend line, and you can see the market coming back down to 133. At this point, you just might see the market faking us out again, or yeah, and then you see the retest of the trend line, market then go up. Could potentially happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. If you see the market actually breaking this level at 189, because it's also a previous support, and you see the retest of this support again, you're having what? You're having a inverted head and shoulders. So this was just a fake out. Market then breaks to the upside again. So it's the funny thing is that when I did put up the short videos, people like, yeah, so if I say either the market will go up and down, the market will always go up and down, so I can always be right. But it's not like that. You have to understand how the market is behaving around these levels. So I'm telling you guys, market can come up to this level, then go back down, or respect it and then continues back up. And someone is like, yeah, but of course you're gonna be right. duh, but you have to understand what to do with the market when the market is doing all of these certain things. God damn it. Why do people always have to have so much to say? Girls are always right in it. Oh, you're from Stelbuden. You're from England, right? Because it's always England people say inne. Spamming again. Okay, Vinay P, you're getting to the nerves of my moods. Please respect them and listen to what they say. Otherwise, I will not look at your pairs, even if they're telling me to do that. Oh yeah, London. CVC USDT. Okay, we're gonna look at CVC. What did you say? So let's see. You said CVC. Okay, whatever. Okay, so CVC is just going sideways. If you're looking at the weekly, the market is just going sideways, as you can see here. So this is also a very important thing for us to do, even if this is on the weekly. On the lower time frames, the market is just bouncing in between these levels. So the market is not giving you a specific high. It's not giving you high highs, high lows. We did break this small consolidation on the daily also. So the most important thing here is that you actually want to see going to the lower time frames. It's easy to get faked out. So I would do this. So if just give me 1 second, I just want to see this. Okay, yeah, so I did take so this is kind of good. So sometimes if you're confused, just the way I was right now, I'm taking the line chart, because sometimes when you're looking at this, you have no clue on what's actually to take. So when you're going to the line chart, you'll see the exact price where the market did stop before. So when we took this, we could actually see, can you see how perfectly on the 1 hour chart you saw the breakout and retest from this level? And the market is now going back down. Going to the lower time frames, even if we saw the market having a huge bearish candlestick right now, this could actually be a fake out from the up to the upside. So it looks like the market is going up, but the market is actually breaking. You see the retest on the lower time frames later when this 4 hour candle is closing. So in 2 hours and 6 minutes, this candlestick will be very important after and after that you're taking the decisions. So if you see the market closing below and on the lower time frames you see the market retesting it, just looking something like this, super important. If you see that happening, that is definitely the market going back down. Definitely market going back down. To what targets? I would say, I mean, the market will not just break to the downside with one candlestick, but 0.19, going back in time, you'll have more support and resistance zones. So 0.3, 0.25, and then the last support at 0.18. And after that, well, you just might see the market slowly breaking to the upside again. have you done any course on crypto? I mean, you give info, that's why. No, I've never had a course about cryptocurrencies. I'm actually self-taught. Okay, so we're gonna look at XTZata. We're starting off with the weekly as always. We came to a previous just 1 second, guys. Unos momentos. I'm sorry, I just saw something. Ah! I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. But I just saw something really funny. Oh my god, this is so horrible because when I'm starting laughing, it's because the moods are talking to me. The moods are talking to me in the chat, and I don't know. They want me to do something, and I do not know how to do that. And they express themselves very. Oh, god damn it. I'm super sorry. The moods. Let's see. I seriously don't know, Mark, how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Oh my god. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, guys, I'm super sorry. This is so unprofessional. Well, we're looking at we are looking at this previous resistance that we're having. And oh, this is terrible, guys. This is so terrible. We are looking at 3.8 on XTZata, and this is a previous resistance that we're having. We're having this as a previous resistance. Oh yeah, and okay, I have to show you guys. I have to show you. I just have to show you, because you must understand what I'm laughing at. So this is what I saw. So because the chat is going so fast, right? Mark wanted me to slow down. And I didn't know how to do that, and I saw this picture, and that just made me, I just laughed so much. I just laughed so much. That is why. Yeah, okay, now you know. Now you know why. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be professional, I'm gonna continue. Okay, so we're having a previous resistance right here, and this is the one that we are respecting. And if we're breaking this resistance at 3.8, the market could, I'm just losing myself now, guys. I'm just losing myself. Yeah, I'm super sorry. I like the Baywatch picture better. It's because, well, okay. Okay, you need to go online. Okay, I think I know now how to do that. Let's see. So I just have to fix something, guys, now. So this is the thing that I'm... you need to go live send the video. Okay. You know what? I will do that tomorrow. I'm too distracted right now, guys. So Mark, I'm sorry if you're getting super annoyed about me, but I'm not able to do these things right now. Okay, sorry. We're just gonna continue. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people leaving the live stream. I'm super sorry about that. Sometimes that happens, guys. It's nice with some laughs sometimes. Okay, so going back to XTZ, we're having a previous resistance at 3.8, around 3.8, 3.9. If the market doesn't have to break this level, we can just stay above, and then you see market continuing to the upside. You're also having a previous support, as you can see the market coming up to retest, and then you just might see market continue back down. We can take a Fibonacci from 5.6 to the lowest point at 3.8. If the market is coming up to this level at 4.9, that could be the market creating another lower high, because as you can see, the market is in a downtrend. Market creates lower lows and lower highs. And that could be the markets continuing back down. I'm still basing that off because we are having the market in a downtrend, because we are below this trend line right here. So you could potentially see the market coming up to this level and let's see, retest it. If you're coming up to the trend line one more time, you can see the retest, because the trend line is 90% more respected than the horizontal trend lines, support and resistance zones. So I'm still very bearish, just basing off of this. Yeah. yeah. Okay, guys. I hope you understood what I was talking about on XTS, because yeah, as we all can see, market structure, market could come up and retest this previous lower low, and then you just might see the market creating another lower high, or we can coming up to the trend line again, and then you see market breaking to the downside. What we have to look at is this previous support that you saw the wick coming back down to. We just might come back down and fill this wick that we're having around 3.3, and then the market slowly starts to break to the upside. So what I'm talking about now, this is the short term, but you see on the weekly we're having only bearish candlesticks to the downside. So if the market slowly breaks to the upside, it will not just happen right away. You'll see slowly on the lower time frames. Time to laugh again. I'm trying not to think about that, because yeah. So that was XTC. I know. What do you think about AVAX? Okay, AVAX, because I saw that someone wanted me to look at that before. Okay, so we're looking at was that AVAX? Yeah, so we're looking at AVAX, and we're just gonna take everything away so we can see see exactly what we're looking at. So we're having a huge that was a monthly. Okay, let's see what we can find right here. So market is going down, as we can see right here too. We're having a trend line. The market started to create lower lows and lower highs right here on the daily. If we potentially see the market coming up to either, you can already see that we did retest 93.73, but if you see the market now coming up to 103, the market could definitely start to break to the downside again, because this is the previous lower low, lower high. Market creates a lower low. So right now the market just might come up and retest and create another lower high against this level, and then you just might see the market coming back down and create another lower low. If we are breaking the levels and you start to see market creating high highs and higher lows, and then you're coming up to the trend line that I'm having right here, that could be the market creating the higher low, lower high on the higher time frames, because you're having different you are having different how do you say it? Oh my god, I just forgot about it. As you can see, you're having the higher high, higher lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And when we are creating another lower high on the 4-hour chart, that is an uptrend. So this is how it looks. So if you're only looking at the 4-hour chart and you see the market creating high highs and high lows, and then from nowhere you see the market breaking to the downside, it's because on the higher time frames the market did create a lower high. So that is why it's really important that you are understanding the higher time frames, because you're having different trends on every different time frame. So that's why you have to try to just combine everything together to understand the whole picture. So if we're coming up to the trend line one more time, that could be the market respecting it, and it's always on the third touch on a trend line that you start to buy or sell the market, because you're creating a trend line from 2 touches. And as you can see, this is also the trend, the Fibonacci that we're having on the daily chart, from 128 to the lowest point to where we are right now. And the market could come up to 112, and then you see market breaking down again. Do you understand that? Let's see, AAVE, I think I saw someone wanted me to look at AAVE. Okay, so this is the same thing. So we're just starting over again, so you'll see what I see, and I hope you understand it. So we're starting up with taking a trend line, and the trend line is because I want to see what type of market we are in, nothing more than that. And looking at this, we can all see the market is going down, right? So if you're starting to buy the market right now as a trader, I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but this is just a falling knife. And we never want to catch a knife falling, because you will cut yourself when you're doing that, right? We are also taking this previous support. We're having this previous support as we are right now retesting, going down. So if you see the market now coming back up, so this comes with patience, guys. So if you see the market coming up to 185 and respect this level as a new resistance, that is also, we could also come up and retest 192, because that is the Fibonacci. Then you just might see market slowly going down. Targets could be 169, 154 and 141. But this is the most important thing. If you see the market breaking inside, closing above, and you see the retest of the support, that could be the market giving you what? An inverted head and shoulders, and then market slowly breaks to the upside. But you're looking at this previous lower low that you did also have at 224, because sometimes the market is not respecting this level because it's too close. So market comes up and retests this previous lower low that you did have. And if you do not understand why the market is from nowhere starting to break to the downside, is because the market retests the previous lower low, create another lower high, right? Because looking at this, you saw the market breaking this level, but we did respect this lower low right here. So you just have to understand to just looking at, just go back in time and see what levels the market is respecting and how the candlestick is working against them. That's the most important thing. Okay, guys, I'm actually gonna end this live stream. I'm super happy that you had the patience with me, even if I started laughing. I'm super happy that you are here. I'm super duper happy. One last time, if you didn't know, on Bybit we do right now have a bonus up to $600. You're having the link in the description down below. And if you're a swing trader, this is a super good platform for you to use. And I'm super happy that you have been with me. I'm gonna take all of the coins that I was analyzing in the description if you want to go back in time and see it. Hey Nale, I've been trading for about a year from now, but recently what I do is TA, but I find it difficult to gain confidence and get into a new trade. All the best for you. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. Yeah, super happy to have you here. Yes, download Bybit from my link. You do that, guys. Okay, have a good day. Thank you so much, Joseph and Mark, for having for helping me. I'm sorry I couldn't help you enough now. And we see each other in tomorrow's live stream. So during this week, I'll have 6 live streams. So I'm having a lot to do this week. So I promise you I'm gonna be super serious the next time, okay? Thank you so much for all the support. If you didn't hit the like button, you do that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. And we see each other tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.